show. And we, and we, and we, and we're here. Yeah. 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 Yeah, TK, right? Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have us a conversation tonight. Yeah. So, Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships. Thursday. Please rock with me. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got this itch on my right shoulder blade, right there on my not the traps, right under here. And that shit been irritating me all day. It been making me want to grab a stranger and be like, look, I know I don't know you like that, but I need you to scratch right over here. No diddy. That shit's driving me batty. And it's like, oh, somebody get kicked out early. Get them fuck out of here. Bitches, bitches, bitches. He got shot. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily, daily. It's the daily go get amazing show. You think it ain't with it? You think it won't win it? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about the effects of being heartbroken several times tonight. Who in their adult life has never been heartbroken? Who has never been in love? Who has never been disappointed? Who has never been hurt? Who has never had their expectations unfulfilled? Who has never put their all into somebody, their whole belief system into somebody, only to find out that they probably should have zigged when they zagged, or they should have taken the fork in the road that way instead of this way. And you know, being heartbroken is one of those things that are different for everybody. You know, like being heartbroken, it's like a different imprint on everybody's radar. So no heartbreak is the same, even with the same person. So let's say me being heartbroken by one woman will be totally different from me being heartbroken by another woman. Me being heartbroken by my kids will be different from me being heartbroken by my parents or by my cousins or by my friends or something like that. It's like a copyright. Every heartbreak has like a scan barcode on it. It's not the same. It's not interchangeable. And that's why when some people try to coach you out of the heartbreak or try to advise you or even warn you, that's kind of why it doesn't work. It's not that you're just hard-headed or just destined for failure. It's just that every situation is different. Every single heartbreak has its own copyright on it. So when you've been heartbroken one time, two times, three times more, you probably, should I say one time, two times, three times, four? After that, you probably can't take it no more. The score is going up in the wrong direction. Put you in a place where you can't get an erection. Yeah, and the inspection that you took, it seems like it was all for nothing. Now you feel shook, scared to good in love, scared to do more, scared to get with the good girl or the whore. The tour that you took around the world, you still didn't find your baby or the right girl. But anyway, yeah, man, the effects of being heartbroken several times. Now, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something real quick. I didn't name the show The Effects of Being Heartbroken multiple times. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I didn't name the show The Effects of Being Heartbroken multiple times because, and I want to know if y'all agree with this. I didn't say multiple times in place of several times, because when you say multiple times, it kind of gives off the connotation or the feeling that you failed or that you've made the same mistake. You've repeated the same mistake when you say multiple times. That's why I said several times. And because things can happen several times. Like, well, yeah, I've been to Africa several times. You know what I mean? I've gotten accommodations at work several times. I don't know. Maybe there's, in certain situations, maybe it doesn't make a difference. But when we're talking about heartbreak, several times just sounded a little softer and more relatable than multiple times. Like, yo, you got played multiple times. I don't know if you would hear a person say, yo, you got played several times. They're going to say multiple, man. They gonna say multiple, yo. You know what I'm saying? Was that Killer Masha? Hold on. Killer Mash? Killer Mash? What's good? How you feeling? TK Wright says, that's life though. We are constantly challenged to pick the right road to go down. And Killer Mash 6 says, not the right road. The road that is chosen is random challenges that are given to go through to grow. Okay, so we got some wisdom in the room. That's what's up. But nonetheless, man, you know, having like this, even though every heartbreak involves disappointment, not every disappointment involves a heartbreak. Like I said, every heartbreak involves disappointment, but not every disappointment involves heartbreak. We might just be disappointed that our team didn't go to the championship or make the playoffs this year. But if they go to the championship and they lose the championship, you might be heartbroken. Like, I'm telling you, this was our year, man. How could this happen? Plus, I bet my next 3 paychecks. I'm in trouble. JJ, you in trouble. JJ, you in trouble. But you know, being heartbroken is something that people react to in different ways. Some people get down in the dumps for years. You know what I mean? Shut things down. Like, listen, I don't even want to be involved in no relationships. I'm going to just take time out to get to know myself, you know, get my constitution together, you know, straighten up, get my house in order. Women running around talking about, I'm shutting the cookie down. No cookie. No cookie, no nookie. I mean, heartbreak is one of those things that will make you put up your defense mechanisms with the quickness. Because you don't want to feel that. You don't want to have that feeling again. And it's understandable why you wouldn't want to have that feeling. Who wants to go through being heartbroken? When was the last time y'all experienced heartbreak? When was the last time your heart was broken? Whenever it was, whether it was this year or whether it was 10 years ago, I'll bet you weren't trying to push repeat on that. You wasn't trying to go through that again. And you know how people will tell you, well, you know, that's a lesson that you needed to learn in order to grow. See, God don't make no mistakes. So, you know, sooner or later, he's going to send you the right one. You ain't trying to hear that shit. Right now, I'm sad. And plus, I'm mad. I'm ready to kill everybody in their family, from the children all the way up to the granddad. And I know that I shouldn't be feeling like that, but I do. So fuck you and anybody else who tells me not to. I'm about to grab the gat and find where they at. Like the cat in the hat, they gonna be gone. Stripes on that motherfucker, and they're gonna be long. Not long for this world, and if I got to spend years in jail, well, I don't consider it a fail. And I might do a murder-suicide. No, I'ma chill. But I ain't gonna lie, it made me so damn angry. Things that happened in this relationship have changed me. Used to be a happy person, smiling all the time, and now I'm down in the dumps, I'm frowning, and I say, yo, what the deal with y'all? I can't hang out, can't stand around, can't be with y'all. I stay in the crib a lot, I be praying, I be crying, and I feel like I got shot right through the heart. I wish it would have took me out, cause I don't like feeling this way. And I'ma say that tomorrow don't seem like a better day, cause I'm mad, depressed, and can't stand this stupid mess. Should've never messed around with that bitch. I was on the right path, I'm about to be rich. And I gave her all my dough, and I told her so, yo, I just love you, baby, in any way that it go. And she played me like a flute, and I'm ready to pull up the gat and shoot. Bang, 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 bang. So like I said, no heartbreak is like the other. There may be some similarities, but every heartbreak has its own copyright. You can't copy and paste your previous heartbreak onto your current one. Stacy White was good. How you feeling, ma? Good to see me some you. What you doing up at this hour? You don't be coming by here. You know what I mean? On a weekday? I ain't seen you by here on a weekday in a minute. Good to see you, though. Good to see you. Good to see you. And what's that solo? What's that solo dolo? Hold up. Damn, I can't see that shit. Solo. He said, damn, this song sucks. I understand. Shit, it sucks so bad you had to write that shit. You couldn't just even chill in the background. I understand. I'm gonna finish the song. Yo, she played me like a flute. Ready to get the gat and shoot. Ready to take back my loot. She made me into an Indian giver. Give me my heart back. I need that shit because I need to start at the beginning when I was cool and winning, when I was young and slimmer and making sure that I was a dimmer motherfucker. I used to think real dark and I seen the light and was trying to get right. You know, when you share your life with somebody, you know, fly ass, yo, thick hottie. I knew she was the one. I used to laugh around with her and we used to have fun. But I guess I was the only one having fun, you know, like that Prince song, you know what I mean, with Vanity 6. You know, he said, wake me when you're done. You'll be the only one having fun. Prince used to like to diss. He used to like... Protect your heart, baby. Protect your heart, baby. Don't let them play your face. If they get too close, tell them give you some space. But the heart don't lie, but it be telling some crazy ass shit for when you try. Just trying to live, just trying to be good, just trying to be positive. Well, what you gonna do? You gotta do what you gotta do, and it's all true. Facts is coming. You be feeling like Escape First John. Humming at you. You remember, you know what I mean? All I need is understanding. Can you hear what I say? Yo. Like Monica first album, you know what I mean? With those white sandals on, you know what I'm saying? We're about to put the hardware away, baby. We're about to put the drums away. You know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll put the drums away, and then we're going to have this conversation. You and I, we're going to have this conversation. Don't take this the wrong way. But love don't give a fuck about you. And you would love to be able to say that you don't give a fuck about love, but you're lying through your teeth if you say it. Because soon as love's, you know what I mean? Soon as love come creeping back around you, sizing you up, rubbing up against you, making you feel good, you know love is prettier than a motherfucker. Handsome as hell. Smell good. Feel good. Get your juices flowing. Make things stiffen and harden up. And it makes you feel safe. See, that's what love do. Love make you feel safe. Like, yo, yeah, this is nice. I ain't felt this in a while. This is comfortable. This is comfortable. Like the 70s and 80s Cadillac. Yeah, the Lincoln Town Car. Yeah, that's how I love it. It'll make you feel comfortable. It'll make sure that you feel safe. It'll make you feel like the doors are locked. You're free of disease. Everything is cool. That's what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? You hear that? Yeah, that's love rubbing your back, rubbing your feet. You know, telling you that everything is going to be all right. It's telling you to take that chance. Let your guard down. It's going to be all right. This is the way it's supposed to be. You've been waiting for this. As a matter of fact, you deserve this. Sit back, relax, and chill. I'm going to make sure that none of this is hard for you. None of this is difficult for you. Yeah. You see how love do? You see how love do? Yeah, rub out all those aches and pains and shit. You know what I'm saying? Get you in the mood. I'm in the mood for love. Even though you're near me. Funny, but when you're near me, I'm in the mood for love. Yeah, get you nice and loosened up, comfortable, feeling safe, secure. Make you feeling good about your outlook, make you ambitious, make you want to be generous and giving and communicative. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it, baby. It's me and you against the world. All we need is each other. All we need is each other. Hold on.
You have a call from.
Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. You in the middle of a session. Just hold on for a second. You know what I'm saying? Just hold on. We in the middle of a session right now. You know what I mean? Love is doing what it's supposed to do out here. It's doing what it's supposed to do out here. Make you feel all comfortable. You know what I mean? When was the last time you had a nice massage? You ever have a hand massage? Brothers, you ever have a hand massage? If you get yourself a good girl, let her give you a hand massage. That shit'll have you like, yo, what is this shit? You know what I mean? You feel her energy. She fucking with your socks, your chakras, baby. She breaking you down. Wait. Got you like Pac-Man. The red one ate your ass up. Ladies, last time you had a man that'll rub your feet. Even though you had them nasty ass stank boots on. You know, them boots that came all the way up to your knee. He ain't even care if you got prepared. He take them boots off, baby. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Get them feet right. Get them feet right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Your feet all the way down there. Somebody get your feet right. It's gonna go all the way to the top. You know what I mean? You might flip her wig out or her weave out. So we ready, y'all. We ready? Steady. Are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on? What's going on? All right, so we have a caller on the line, an ambitious caller. Ambitious caller, welcome to the Daily Go-Gettemism Show. What's on your mind tonight? What's good?
Don't say my name.
I didn't say your name.
Just don't say it. Mr. Omar.
Yo, what's wrong with your voice?
Like I said, don't say my name.
Oh, you good now. Now I recognize you. All right, there you go.
Yeah. I know what it feels to be heartbroken, but I know what it feels to be healed.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because people talk about being healed all the time, but that seems like one of those words that we just throw around. Like, do you really know what it's like to be healed?
Yes, and I know all that stuff, especially when it's in the Lord and you doing it in the Lord. It's very different when you fall in love in the Lord. It's very different. And how I got over it, I got my focus on. I lost the weight. I
Mm-hmm.
upgraded everything.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
upgraded everything,
Yeah.
and I made sure
Mm.
he didn't leave me. I left him.
Okay.
I wasn't being played right. And then he got married on me. So we're going to get that story straight.
Okay.
And tried to creep back in. You
Okay.
can't come back. You can't come. Only person that I'll give my life, like give love another chance to, when I get that ring on my finger and we're going through something hard, that's the only person. If it's boyfriend, no. If it's dating, no. I ain't giving that nigga a chance. No. I'm
And
gonna
you
move on, especially if we ain't got no kids.
and you say you're healed.
I'm very healed. I'm not stupid.
Well, there's a difference between being healed and being repaired.
I'm very repaired. I'm very healed, and I learned the lesson. God showed me a whole lot of stuff, and I tried to tell him some shit too. I hope he learned some shit. Maybe he did learn some stuff. That's probably why he was trying to creep back like we're gonna be friends.
Mm.
That he tried to make me a mistress too, and I ain't gonna be no mistress to no broke nigga, not in my world.
Was he a broke nigga when you was messing with him?
He was broke when I was messing with him. He didn't have no money like that. He
So
treated me, but not
on.
like that.
Hold on. Let me get
Not
this.
like a clown.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. So you'll be the main lady to a broke nigga, but not the side chick to a broke nigga.
We could do it like that, yeah, I guess. But I ain't. No, you broke in my world. How you get her? How y'all get there? I ain't gonna carry that weight.
Let me get this straight. You said that you'll be the main woman to a broke nigga, but not a side chick to a broke nigga. Did I get that right?
Y'all so did.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Got me all the way messed up.
I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that I'm not misrepresenting nobody out here. Okay.
You ain't misrepresenting no.
All right. Well, let me just ask you this. Hold on. Chill. I got you.
I want to beat him up so bad. It's in my flesh.
If you
I
want,
want to be the man to beat him up. I don't want to get no man to beat him up. I want to do it with myself.
wait. I thought you said you was healed.
I am healed. But vengeance is supposed to be God, but I want vengeance. I want God to come through me.
I think you better get a little bit more healing. See, when you're healed, you're not thinking about revenge or violence or retaliation.
Look at here, Judge. Have you been cheated on with your best friend? Your best friend to seduce your doggone man. You know every damn thing about your best friend. This nigga don't know nothing.
Are you?
Every man that's probably I've been called names because I was hanging around hoes and didn't know they was hoes. You are who you hang around.
So wait a minute, you was hanging around hoes, but you not a hoe?
They was hoes.
You didn't know they was hoes?
No, they didn't tell me. I didn't know they was like that.
They were secret hoes?
I guess so. I don't know, but I knew everything she was telling me. I don't think she'll make up a story, and I'm trusting him and I'm trusting her. Oh, hell no. I felt like Terry on doggone Soul Food.
Oh, Terry
Terry.
on Soul Food. Yeah, I feel you on that. Okay. So, but remember, Terry on Soul Food, she drove her man to cheat.
She ain't got nobody doggone cheating.
She drove. She was mean. She was mean. She was unsupportive of her man. I mean, what was he supposed to do? The cousin was coming through, all supporting, being sexy and all of that. He was wrong, but Terry wasn't no good wife. She sucked.
I never forgive nobody that got me on anxiety pills, anxiety medicine. She's out of my life, and he is too. And I have so much peace. And guess what? I'm looking at other guys, and they look way better than him, way taller. His ass was too short for me anyway.
Wait, hold on, slow down. I thought you said you was healed. I don't hear no healing. Hold on. Just calm down for a second. No, shut it down. Shut it down. I want to know. I want to know from the people in the chat. Do y'all hear healing? Because I don't hear no healing.
That's where y'all go wrong at. You be all let the man back in your bedroom.
What are you talking about?
Back in your bedroom, all got soul tied and everything. I ain't got no soul tied. We ain't got no kids. He need to keep on stepping, because in my world, he ain't gonna be broke.
Okay. So he need to keep on stepping, right?
You need to keep on stepping.
I got 5 more miles to go now. Over.
I was good to him. I submitted to the wrong person.
I got to keep on. Dun, 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 dun. I got to. All right.
He cannot say nothing bad.
Listen.
The only thing I put the hoe, and I didn't even know he was a hoe.
I just want you to be all right. And I no, I'm not hearing good, and I'm not hearing all right, and I'm certainly not hearing healing. I want to hear some healing.
I'm good. It don't hurt no more. When I used to cry, no, it don't hurt no more. I'm good. And like I said, I'm not gonna never want to forget somebody that get me on a dog on anxiety pill because of what they did to me. Could have gave me something.
What you mean she could have gave you something?
He could have gave me something. I'm glad I used the protection. He didn't want to use protection. Hell no, you nasty. I don't know you like that.
He wanted to feel your insides.
I know. He messed with my best friend, nasty.
He wanted to feel her insides too. I mean,
he think he was God's gift to the world. He thought it was all about him, all the women. Then they started messing with him too. They seen me messing with him. I made
if you so healed, how come you still mad? Why you all mad? Why you mad, son? Tell them why you mad.
You know my voice. You know the difference. I'm not doggone mad. I just don't want to see him. I want him to leave me the hell alone. So maybe he do listen to my probably talking me.
You think so?
I know so.
You know so. Okay. Well, all right. Well, I'm just saying.
And then got a crazy wife. I got her blocked, but his dumb ass probably think she ain't looking at everything he do. She don't have to worry. I don't want him.
Listen. When was the last time you listened to some Anita Baker?
Oh, forget that. I'm trying not to listen to no love songs or look at no love movies. I ain't in the mood for love right now.
It's not about love songs. You know, Anita Baker had inspirational songs like From Beginning to End, 365 days of the year. I got the same old love.
Some Tupac. Which you were just rapping and you thought I didn't know that song. I'm a fan of Tupac. He got a rap song which you was just talking about.
What's that?
Can't think I knew that. Mm-hmm. We know somebody be listening to Tupac on the down low.
Who listens to Tupac on the down low? I thought everybody listened to Tupac on the up high.
Well, you listen to him on the up high because he got some real shit he be saying. He might not be real, but he be saying some real stuff.
I don't be listening to Tupac. I mean, I ain't mad at Tupac. Man, he was a little fake. But you know,
he was a little fake, but he got some real stuff to say. I don't want no harm to come to that man. Just I want him to leave me alone.
That's all you want?
It'll never be. Not with him, no.
Yeah?
When I try to tell him, and I have dreams, and I listen to my dreams when God comes in my dreams. I only deal with people who be in my dreams because I don't dream often, but I pay attention because I'm very close to the Lord. I pay attention to my dreams and my visions, and I write them down until God gives me revelation.
All right. Let's get on track here, because
We very on track. You see,
no, we're not on. We are not on track because you don't know what I was trying to talk about with this show. Now, what I was trying to talk about on this show is the effects of having your heart broken several times. So slow down before I mute you. Hush before I mute you. Now just listen to what I got to say, and then you get a chance to say what you got to say. Now, what I'm trying to ask you is, what kind of things what kind of things can happen to a person after they've had their heart broken a few times? You know what I mean? Like, because you're not going to be the same person as you was before that happened. You just can't return. You can't return to that state because you know more. You've experienced more. You know, everything has changed. So you have to become that new person. Now, what kind? Wait. What kind of new person are you going to become? So go ahead. No, go ahead. Since you got to talk, go ahead.
I can't talk for no 7 times. I felt it one time, and that one time was a doggone enough to feel heartbroken. I never.
Wait, you only had your heart broken one time?
I mean, I've been in a relationship, but not crazy like this.
No, I said heartbroken. Now there are more ways to be heartbroken than just being in love. You can be heartbroken. You
can be heartbroken going out on dates trying to find love or trying to, getting close. But this was the worstest one.
You can be heartbroken if somebody dies. There are a lot of ways to be heartbroken. It's the way you respond to it that makes it different. That's why I said each heartbreak has its own copyright. No heartbreak is like the other one.
I ain't even explain it like that, Omar.
Well, you was here when I was explaining it, but you wasn't listening. You know why you wasn't listening? Because you was so caught up in what you was talking about and what you was thinking about. But now I need you. Hold on. No, I need you to listen instead of talking. See, when you talk, you don't listen. And when you listen, you shouldn't talk. So you got to do one or the other. You'll learn a lot more from listening than you do with talking, because you only talking about what you already think and what you already know. When you listen, you get a chance to learn. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to learn you a little something. Now, what we're going to learn right now is the difference between different types of heartbreak. You know what I mean? So do you think that you've only been heartbroken one time? Or if you think about it, have you been heartbroken possibly several times? That's several, not 7. Several. Okay. That means more than one.
Well, that's like several people in my family gone. But the reason why I wasn't heartbroken, because God had saved me at a time, because He knew what I was going to go through. And when you're really in God, you're really seeking Him, He's going to prepare you, and you're going to be ready, because you're not going to want to keep seeing your loved one suffer. I was not heartbroken. Now, however, I did mourn. I did not grieve, because you got to mourn, because you will go nuts if you don't mourn or nothing like that. But He don't want us to grieve. And that's how He uses us to be a witness. Now, I know my mother, grandmother, auntie, definitely my auntie, because my auntie was heavily, like your friend, my auntie was heavily on drugs, and drugs took her out and messed her body up. Now, my grandmother and my mother, they passed old age and getting surgery at an old age, So I was kind of prepared and ready, because it was at an age, a particular time they had lived their life. And I'm glad they showed me what I needed to know, to take care of myself, because this world is very evil. It's fun things in this world, but there's a lot of evil people and evil things, and you have to protect yourself.
Evil. Well, that's true, but what does that have to do with what we talking about? Now,
right now, I'm telling you, on the spiritual side, I was prepared, so I wasn't really heartbroken. I was caught off guard when I was dating, but as far as my family gone, everybody in my family probably do heartbroken, but I was really seeking the Lord. I've been seeking the Lord for a long time, trying to find myself.
Wait. As
I
close as you
found
was,
myself.
hold on. So as close as you was with your mom, you wasn't heartbroken when she left this
I
world?
talked to Omar. I'm a different kind of person. I was going through
It's a
my
yes or
mother.
no question. Yes or no. Yes or no.
Well, everybody thought I was, but my mama told me what she
I'm
needed to
talking to
do.
you.
And learn the
Yes or
lesson.
no. Yes or no.
No,
All right, then it's no. All right.
that's not saying I don't love my mama. I love my mama to
I'm not
death.
questioning whether you love your mother, but there's a difference between loving somebody and being heartbroken with somebody. See, like I said earlier in the show, every heartbreak involves disappointment, but not every disappointment involves heartbreak. So I
Okay.
could understand why you might not have been heartbroken over something if you were prepared for it or whatever. You know what I mean? Like people respond to things in their own way. But
Yes.
it for the time, but when you think about the time or the times when you have been heartbroken, you know what had to go into those things in order for you to feel heartbroken.
Like when I don't feel like I live, by myself. So when I don't feel like cooking, my mother would cook for me. I miss that, and plus she could cook. I miss her home cooking. I'm glad she taught me how to cook.
Where your
I
family
miss,
from?
huh?
Where your family from?
My family is from my mother's from Macon, Georgia.
Okay. Where
I'm
you,
the only one from Detroit.
where your dad
Uh,
from?
you know what? I don't even know. I think he's from Detroit.
Well,
I don't.
even if he's from Detroit, probably his parents are probably not from Detroit.
Yeah, but that's the reason why this, like I said, this I've been seeking the Lord, and because I want my mother wanted me to do better than her, and I think I have achieved that. Um, she just taught me things, and so I don't be so heartbroken. She really taught me things and showed me things. My grandmother too, so I don't take it as hard as other people. Like my cousin, some things I don't say around him because he's so sensitive. He's not where I am in the Lord, so I keep quiet. I don't want, I can't talk. I have to, chill. Everybody's not like me.
Okay, that's cool, but I'm asking you. Okay, after you suffered a heartbreak, how did it change you?
I'm
What
not
changed
bitter.
about you after that?
I'm not bitter. I done seen some people that's preaching. I'm not bitter now. I'm
Were you
being
bitter
bitter.
before?
No, I'm not bitter. My grandmother, I was very heartbroken with my grandmother because I was close to my mom, but I was also close to my granny. Um, I was heartbroken then that, and God seen it, and that's when God sent me something to comfort me. So, and then like the deaths, they weren't like back to back. So he gave me time to heal. So, but I can't say I'm bitter. I'm bitter. I'm more bitter with the stupid relationship that I got my heart broken from. I'm more bitter from that than my family passing because at a certain age, and then like I said, my family, when they were sick, they were suffering. I don't want to see my family going through that, and I don't care what nobody say. After you there taking care and being a caregiver to your parents, you know, it takes a toll on you. I was the caregiver and I'm sick.
Do you understand what I asked you?
I'm understanding very because you always don't never understand what I'm saying to you. I'm trying to tell you
Because you're
from
not answering my question. I asked you what what changed about you after your heartbreak. That's all I asked you. What was different about you?
I got stronger. I became an adult and started doing things that I normally wouldn't do because I was sheltered. Normally wouldn't do when my mother was. I didn't do too much craziness, but I started living my life and I got myself off of myself and started helping people. And I believe that's what healed me by helping other people.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to not give up on love because, niggas messing me up now. I'm trying to be on y'all side and not be bitter because a lot of women don't like y'all. Or at least they claim they don't like you. I don't want that in my spirit.
Word.
I love men. I ain't never chewed on no doggone woman. I don't like no women. Forgive me for the people that do. I'm not freaky like that. Maybe other ways, but not with no woman. That's just nasty to me.
I understand that.
But y'all making it very hard for a good girl, not to turn.
Okay. All right.
And I definitely don't want my daddy. I love my daddy, but I don't want to see my daddy and a man.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right.
No, I don't want that. And also heartbreaking is when your whole your I have my family on my mother's side, and I love that support. I don't have no support on my father's side at all.
Is that
very heartbreaking?
That's heartbreaking to you?
Yes, that is.
Okay. Now I can understand that.
Yeah, because at one time they was with me, and all of a sudden they just, to me that was fake. The way they turned, because they didn't turn until my parent died.
Okay.
So that was fake to me. I'm like, that's you too. That's the way I say.
Okay. All right. So do you have any dealings with your father's side of the family at all now?
I just feel sorry for my dad. I love my dad, and the only reason why I love my dad because I'm here. God made me here for a reason, and I hope you should pray for me because I really want my dad to be not so angry at them, but I want him to be disappointed. And disappointed, you can be disappointed in somebody that because they did me wrong. They did me so dirty. It's just dirty, So. And I'm like, I'm my mom. I'm teen mother, I didn't walk in my mother's footsteps. I had a chance to walk in her footsteps. And I still got a chance to walk in her footsteps. And I'm not going to do it. Not for no broke niggas, no.
What if he got a job?
I don't give a damn. Not for the same one. If I'm going to make the same mistake, it ain't going to be with the same one. It's going to be with somebody that I choose, somebody different, Been through too much.
What do you look for in a man?
I want a man to be smarter than me. I look for, I want to change. I'm tired of my type is dark skin, but not all dark skin men are nice. I want a man that can cook. Plus I can cook, but I want us to both be able to cook. And I don't want to be like, oh, he can't cook better than me. I want a man that could be on my team. I don't want no man to be jealous or envy me. I want him to cheer me on, be my biggest fan, and I want to be his biggest fan. Support and whatever. And that's what I've taken a long time. And I don't want to seduce him or get him the wrong way. A lot of people be cheating.
Okay.
And I want a man that I could tell, look, this is what he's doing to me, and him to understand. He's trying to have a conversation with me. He know I don't want him like that. I don't want that crazy girl coming on my apartment. Because you know how us women can be FBI, especially if they don't trust their man. No,
right.
Over here.
Okay.
And I want to be able to talk to my best friend about that without him like looking at me sideways. Especially since my best friend know how I used to feel about this person because this person was in the same city as me. I'm not, crazy on I didn't want to date no long distance. He was just around the corner from me. He living a double life, one on the internet, and it confuses me.
He was living a double life on the internet?
Yeah, because I know where he lived, and he lived here, and it ain't so much, he ain't broke, but he ain't got it like that. I thought you had to have money at least to get married, have something.
You don't have to. There's no requirement. I'm sorry, what did you say?
All these bro, I just want him to stay happy with her. Leave me alone. He gonna mess that up. I like him with her. And I'm still, you know what, Omar, I might not recognize it, but I'm still going through my phases. I might not recognize heartbreak. But all I know is that, they not suffering no more. And I believe in the Lord Jesus. That's what's helping me through this. And I'm not gonna get mad. Sometimes I do get mad. But I get mad at my parents, but my parents know I love them.
Right.
So I get mad at God, but it's not good to stay mad at God. But and how you stay mad at God and you preach it and then you doing all kinds of things to his people. That's not good and that's not right. That's all I'm saying, I thought I got the title. I apologize. You can drop the gavel down. I apologize. I got it wrong. I thought you were just talking about relationships. I never been heartbroken, but on my family side, that's the reason why it's taking me so long. Because I don't want no good niggas.
Okay.
There gotta be some good niggas out here, and I ain't trying to bash the niggas. I ain't trying to join the girls, the ones that's hateful, and they be talking all that stuff. And as soon as they find a man to come to them, it's something different, and you be all mean and mad at them. I don't trust them kind of people. I got them people right in my building. I get away from them. So I hope you got what you needed, because I just, and I still say I'm healed, because I went through a lot when it came to a relationship. I still say I'm healed.
Well, if you're healed, it's definitely a different kind of healing. But I'll take your word for it.
I'm not going to lie. If I wasn't healed, I wouldn't be trying to get back in it. I'd be done. That's it. 2 strikes. I'm a 3-check person. 2 or 3 strikes. You out, I'm done. I'm not going to make that same mistake no more. That's the difference for me. And that has worked for me.
Okay.
And that has worked for me in everything. I got no ring on my finger, about I only person I go through that punching bag with is my husband. I ain't going through it with nobody I'm just dating. That's crazy. Nope. No. I'll be listening to rap all day and it'd be 2 o'clock. He sounds very, very, I shouldn't put that in my spirit. But I like his music.
All right.
I like it. I'm sorry. He's spitting the truth when it comes to getting his enemies.
To each his own. To each his own.
You ain't the only one that said it. Now you was the first one to bring it up, but now I noticed everybody else that joined on a bandwagon when it comes to him. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Pray for me that I grow, and pray for me that I don't never want to get in the street or behind bars. And if I get behind bars, that'll be for a righteous reason, because Martin Luther King was locked behind bars. So I don't want to be behind bars for something stupid.
I understand.
I need prayer for safety and for my safety, because reflexes do work on me real bad. And this girl said something that triggered me, and she got the nerve to be homeless and got to know her to be speaking to me, and it, I know she was speaking to me, and I do have reflexes. I have reflexes on my granny. My granny was talking to me any kind of way, and I didn't want to disrespect her. I think I still did it because I just hung up in her face, and I didn't mean to, but I kept it from going off. She understood. I didn't want to be disrespectful. And my reflexes do work. And you ain't gonna keep talking to me any kind of way. And I can't nobody tell me nothing. Like I can't tell nobody nothing if I ain't had no baby. I don't care how many kids I helped raise. I still ain't had no kids. So I just need prayer in different areas.
Okay.
Different areas. I admit when I'm wrong or whatnot, but like I said, they say I was just. People thought I was gonna die after my mother passed. I'm like, I know who God is. I love my mama, but I ain't gonna, Well, some people my cousin did have heartbroken because his daughter died before him. So I guess I can see, but I'm well having fun. I wish I had a man on my side. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm having fun.
Okay.
So she's looking at me down and happy because I'm making it.
Yeah.
I just want to be an inspiration. If I'm gonna be an inspiration that way. I'm doing it, and people don't even know the half of it, so they only see what I show them. They don't even know the half story I'm suffering through.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on.
You have a call from
Cheryl.
Miss Cheryl, how are you? How are you tonight? Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody in the chat. I'm still trying to get my voice back.
Yeah, what's going on with your voice?
I've been like this maybe about a week after you lost your voice.
Mm-hmm.
I've been like this almost a month.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm trying to get it back. I didn't have a cold, know.
Yeah.
But I just, on the topic, I just wanted to say, with Heartbreak, it's different. It's different feelings,
Yeah.
When you lose, now I can make sure that I never get my heart broken again by a man. But my children, I lost 3 children. And then my siblings, it's different. It's different feelings,
Mm-hmm.
And I just pray for the strength to get through it, But it's I'm healing. I am healing with the help of God, And anyway, it is. It's hard. It's hard. I'm transitioning to go through. But I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there with prayer and just doing the sequences like the show. The show is very helpful to me. But I just the heartbreak every time you walk with your children. Every child I lost, I had 2, and then I had a miscarriage. So that's 3. And that takes a part of you, a part of me that. And then with my parents and my siblings, they're just different feelings,
Yeah.
So I just keep praying and asking for the strength and asking God to help me get through it. But like I said, as far as the man breaking my heart, that'll never happen again. Not ever. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. But I don't know how to explain it. But like I said, you would know too because you've lost everybody in the chat. Is that Stacy on the other line?
Yeah.
Hi, Stacy. Okay. But anyways, I was just master. Let me go quick because I gotta lay that down. I'm drink some more tea.
Yeah, get some rest. Get that voice. Get that voice back. And I hope you feel better real soon.
All right. I love you all. Everybody in the chat.
I love you too.
Everyone. All right, Tracy. Okay.
I'll be praying for you.
Okay. Same here. All right, son.
All right.
Anyway,
good night.
Love you guys. All right.
All right.
And, son, I just want to say this topic is very passionate. You know how I get when I get passionate about something. And I apologize for being a little bit too overly passionate. But I do need prayer in those areas because I'm still going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going, but I'm doing good.
Well, that's good. I that's what I want to hear.
I'm doing really good. I wear my I hate that I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I'm the type of person I don't want to be like going through something and not no kind of family or no kind of friend know what I'm going through.
Yeah,
I'm not that type. You will know when I'm angry. You will know when I'm healed. You will know when I'm loved. You just know if you're in my life, you'll know when I'm going through something because that's the type of person I am. You know, yeah. So I'm gonna listen to what you got to say because it shows it do bring me healing. And like I said, when you have a topic that's very passionate like this, either or, it could go either or. And birth kids hurt. You can raise them suckers. I ain't had them, but I done had like 7 kids that I done helped raise from a diaper, and they just stopped talking to you for out of no reason, and you know what you done did to get it right or whatnot. So it's like, and that's a hurtful feeling. The only thing I can do is love them through prayer and hope God will bring it together and not be angry.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to have a feeling like F you. Well, no, they don't want kind of astray some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you just have to if you got God in you, you're going to continue to pray about it. Now, you might not let that person back into your life as your kid, yeah. But me, my mama told me, she was like, Stacy, don't get too close to them kids. They'll break your heart. But I mean, not having no kids, you know, that's all I had around me. Was children that I raised from in their diapers, Omar. I done seen them, I done helped them with their careers by supporting them, changing their diapers, listening to their problems, you know.
Yeah.
That's a hurting thing is from when a child tells you basically kiss my ass.
Yeah.
That's basically what they tell you. Like they did it all on their own.
That ain't cool.
And it really helped. I really hate when they had a good father, mentally, spiritually, and you know, just all the way around. Father, therefore, you know your favorite color. That's not the norm for a lot of people, and they still want to be ungrateful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. God don't like that. And especially when you're a witness to it. And my mama was like, "Oh, your kids want to be like that to you." I was like, I don't want no kids. I've been had changed my mind. The way they was acting, I'm like, no, that's too heartbreaking. No, I can't have my heart breaking like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you talk. So I like to watch you on the show. Your show brings me joy and angry at the same time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for calling in. And I'll holler at you later.
I'm gonna go back and let you talk so I can listen because I need to learn.
Okay.
Okay then. Bye bye.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye bye.
All right. All right. So we're talking about the effects of being heartbroken several times. So we're basically talking about how, suffering a heartbreak, going through a heartbreaking situation, how if that happens to you a few times, it can change your whole outlook on life. It can change your whole outlook on love. It can definitely change your whole outlook on expectations and trust and all of that kind of stuff. Let's look at the poll question. All right. So the poll question is, we got 22 votes so far. What is more likely to happen after a person has been heartbroken too many times? Damn, 73% says stop trusting people, stop trusting anybody. That is definitely something that can and will happen when people have been heartbroken. It becomes hard to trust. It becomes hard to believe the things that people say, because a lot of times when people are heartbroken, it's because they were told that something was going to happen or something, or that the situation was a way that it really wasn't. And then they found out the hard way that it wasn't what they expected, and it definitely wasn't what they wanted. So the byproduct of that happening too many times can make you just decide that everybody is a liar, especially the people who try to get closest to you. And now you don't want to listen to anything that they have to say, or you don't believe in the things that they have to say, even though you may not try to transfer that same energy over to other people. But as soon as you hear something that doesn't sound right to you, you might shut down the whole thing. So that's something that can happen when you've been heartbroken too many times. And 13% said, try not to love anybody. Blaming love for your disappointment. Blaming love for your heartbreak. Blaming love for the way things turned out, the way they ended, the way that they played out. It's a normal reaction. Is it the right reaction? No, because you can't stop yourself from loving anybody. You can definitely beat yourself up for loving somebody. But I think it's a good thing. It's a good idea to put certain things in perspective. Love is not the person that hurt you or lied to you or tricked you or treated you bad or set you up or embarrassed or humiliated you. That's not love that did that. That's people saying that they love you and masking themselves as loving you, which is the same thing that makes people stop trusting people. So a lot of times when people think that they're trying not to fall in love with anybody or love anybody, what they're really trying not to do is trust anybody. They're trying not to trust anybody beyond what is reasonable to be able to lose. What's up, Wisdom? And Evelyn Royston, what's good? Good to see you. And also Anthony on a budget. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You going back to the old sayings. That's what's up. And Wisdom says, my general rule, don't trust anyone who don't depend on you. Interesting. And come on, Carrie says, I've never met someone who has never experienced heartbreak. Not an adult, I haven't. Not an adult. But kids experience heartbreak too. And it can have a really huge effect on the kind of adult that they become. But getting back to the poll question, 9% says shut down sex until full commitment. It happens, man. For a lot of people who get heartbroken in a romantic situation or a marriage or whatever, a lot of times they feel like well, if I hadn't given up my body so freely, maybe things would have turned out a little better. Maybe if I would have insisted that they got to know me as a person, then maybe things would have worked out a little better. And the sad part about when people are saying these things, what they're really talking about is being able to have more control over their situations. Not just control over their situation, but maybe even control over a person. And that's why some people turn to using sex as a weapon or as a manipulation tool. Okay, only 4% said become mean, thoughtless, and toxic. I'm surprised only 4 people said that, because maybe everybody is answering the question from their personal perspective. But if you think about people that you've met, people that you've known, people that you are aware of, I know that some of us have seen people vow to do these niggas like they've been doing these bitches, or to, do these chicks, these hoes, the way they've been doing it. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's something that we have to deal with because it's a real thing. And the crazy part about it is that you can't tell somebody how to deal with their own pain. You can't tell a person how to feel pain or how not to. You can coach them, you can try to help them, you can counsel them, but you can't feel what they feel inside, which means you can't govern the way that they act. So it's tough, but if you haven't participated in the poll question, please answer the poll question. Get into it. We're interactive around here. Being heartbroken several times can make you hesitant to move forward with people. It can make you feel like as soon as I get too close to somebody, let them in and start giving too freely, then they take unfair advantage of me. Then they use me for what I have. And then they want to kick me to the curb or just milk me for everything. Yeah, that's just something we got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on, Carrie said that was my answer. Because heartbreak can make many people hard and impatient. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Because you can be so hell-bent and determined not to let somebody do that to you again, or how to not feel that way. Or, unfortunately, to get somebody before they get you. I'm going on offense because this defense ain't working. It ain't been serving me well. And honestly, it's a legitimate way to feel. It's legit. Evelyn says, how long do you have to be with someone to get heartbroken? Shit. You can be with somebody a short time because, like I said, being heartbroken has a lot to do with disappointment, but it also has an awful lot to do with expectations. So even if a person didn't promise you a whole lot, but you saw the promise in them, they didn't promise you, but you saw the promise in them. You saw the potential in them. You really felt like the two of you had a good thing going. And then you find out that they wasn't even really in it for you, or they didn't want you the way you wanted them. And now people might say that you need to be more angry in that situation than sad or heartbroken or whatever. But they can't feel what you feel. Every heartbreak has its own imprint. Every heartbreak has its own imprint. You can't lump one heartbreak with the rest of them.
You have a call from
Rita.
Rita, welcome to the Daily Go Getterism Show. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind this evening? Well, this morning, tonight?
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess this is bad voice night, but it's late. No, I was thinking about the subject and just the root. I was hoping we could talk about the root of being heartbroken several times. I feel like pretty much most people, most adults have been heartbroken at one point or another. But I think when it comes to romantic situations, being heartbroken several times might be your own doing sometimes. Because as humans, sometimes we have unrealistic expectations of what we expect from another person. Sometimes we have high expectations too soon, like too many too soon, or a combination of the both. You know, when it comes to family, heartbreak, and from my experience, can come not. I mean, you guys were talking about death, earlier. I've experienced family heartbreak just from being let down from family by family members.
Mm-hmm.
My trust being broken by family members. To me, that's heartbreak. That's bigger than the heartbreak I've gotten from a relationship.
Okay.
Like from a romantic relationship, I should say. I think that this topic it's expansive.
Yeah, I think so too. Here's the thing about this whole heartbreak thing. I think you're definitely on the right track as far as identifying, what can lead to a heartbreak or whatever. But the thing about it is, I don't honestly believe that you should ever blame yourself for being heartbroken. Because you didn't get your heart broken because you weren't smart. Most people are heartbroken because they found a situation that made them feel good about giving freely of themselves, and then they found out that was taken for granted or taken unfair advantage of. So, one of the hardest things to deal with heartbreak is when you have to break up with a person that you really don't want to break up with, but you have to do it. And it's like a conflict of interest. It's like being pulled in two different directions. It's like that eternal battle between the heart and the mind. Because your mind rules ego and pride, and the heart rules humility and submission. And so when humility and submission have been attacked by ego and pride, and what people call being smart, it can confuse you because all of this is going on within you. So, when you get to that point in a relationship where, like I said, that you have to break up with a person, but you don't really want to do it because you have feelings like this, like, we were so good together. And I don't mean just looking good together, but you felt like the two of you had something, like y'all had a good thing. There really shouldn't have been any disappointment because we got along well. we really felt each other's vibes. Our energy was good. And then you go and do this, or this happens, and that's the direction that you go in. So that kind of heartbreak can confuse the hell out of you, because, you know, you don't know if you should really move away from that source, that life-giving source that has hurt your feelings really bad. So,
but what if you have a tendency to not even get to the point where you have a long time in with somebody? So, and I give an example, there are a lot of people who have a string, like a serial dater, and they're not intentionally, they keep putting themselves out there to meet somebody. They meet somebody, they like the person, they're really into the person, they think, okay, I think this person might be the one. And very early in the dating stage, they reveal too much about themselves and what they expect. So like there are those who will, they've only been dating this person, 2 weeks to a month, and they're already talking about marriage expectations. They already have expectations as far as how soon they should be moving in, like how quickly the relationship should be moving.
wait, can you hold on a second? Hold on.
You have a call from
Troy.
Okay, go ahead, Rita.
Oh, cool. So, and because of that, they scare people away, and then they say, I don't understand why this keeps happening to me. And even though the heartbreak may not be one where they were in a relationship with that person for years, it's still a heartbreak, because they were they had high hopes. They were feeling good about this new person, so they're experiencing heartbreak in short time spans several times. And that can lead people to be bitter and say, you know what, I just give up. I don't understand what's wrong. And that's what I was talking about earlier about, sometimes it is your own expectations. You're putting yourself in a position to experience that because you're not understanding, how to let things flow organically. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but
I know exactly what you're saying. I can't say that I 100% agree with it, because sometimes
I'm not asking you to agree. I'm just voicing mine.
Oh, no, but I do understand, because your expectations have everything to do with how things go out. I mean, how things play out with a heartbreak, because heartbreak is all about unfulfilled expectations and, leading with disappointment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and I'll say it again, every heartbreak involves disappointment. Not every disappointment involves heartbreak, but every heartbreak involves disappointment. I really thought that this was going to work. I really thought that this was good. And that's not to say that, even though you say that, heartbreak has so much to do with your expectations. I'm not taking that to say that you're saying that everybody's or anybody's expectations were unrealistic, because your expectations can come from a solid place. Like, from what I knew, like this, and this is just example. From what I knew, I loved you, you loved me. I gave to you, you gave to me. We were happy with each other. We got along really well. We didn't have a lot of disagreements, arguments. We didn't have reasons to separate. And then all of a sudden, boom, I find out that, you you got pregnant by another dude, or you got somebody else pregnant, or you know what I mean, you were living a double life. Yeah, my expectations was that we were going to keep going in the direction that we were going because it was a good look. So I wasn't wrong to expect that. But yeah, my expectations got blown out of the water like Pete Hegseth told the admiral to do in the Caribbean Sea. Them Venezuelans they was fishermen. They wasn't running drugs. But yeah. So, I just want to make sure that everybody understands that, yeah, just because you had high expectations, it doesn't mean that your expectations came from an unrealistic place. They could have come from very realistic circumstances. But, anybody can get swipe. Shit. When you drive to work in the morning or whatever, you don't expect to get into an accident. Guess what can happen though? Like, shoot, you've driven to work 100 times and nothing ever happened. But today, boom, wrecked the ride. So I think I understand what you're saying.
I don't know that you do though.
Okay, explain it more.
It's okay. So let me give an example. Somebody who sleeps with everybody that they start dating immediately, and then wonder why that's all it is, or wonder why they're ghosted. Those people are experiencing short bursts of heartbreak because they're folks they're not necessarily going into this relationship just to be they're literally like, oh, I met somebody I like. This is just the next step, but they're not vetting the person.
Okay,
they're putting themselves in a position unintentionally to experience heartbreak, and they're still having the expectation that it's going to be more than exactly what it is. That's unrealistic.
Okay.
So that's just an example. So sometimes the unrealistic expectations that I'm talking about is a timeline. Sometimes the unrealistic expectation that I'm talking about is like a timeline as far as things, how the relationship should progress.
Okay.
And then they're putting themselves in a position to be heartbroken without taking into consideration the other person's timeline as well. And then coming, and then talking about those things and then letting it grow organically. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. No, I understand.
And then because it didn't fall into place the way that they wanted to, or the way that they expected, now this was all for naught.
Okay. No, I see the difference between expectations and unrealistic expectations, and there is a big difference. So in the examples that you're using, no, I get it. Somebody might be moving too fast or making assumptions about the direction that things are going in, the direction things are going into, without any clear evidence that that's where it's going. You know what I mean? They haven't read the room. I get that part. But even with that, I kind of have to question whether they were heartbroken or whether they just really disappointed, because there's a difference.
Yeah, definitely. I'm only talking about the people who take it hard. I'm not talking about the people who are just disappointed. We're talking about heartbreak.
But
we all know people who take these type of situations really hard, and then it may cause them to refrain from even wanting to be close to anybody in the future because they feel like it's not worth it. It's not worth their time. They could do better by themselves. All the things that we tell ourselves to mask how we really feel about being heartbroken and things not going in the direction that we like.
See, here's the thing. I think only the person who is going through whatever can say whether they are heartbroken or not. From the outside in, I can't determine who's heartbroken and who's not. I can observe and speak on what I observe, but to know if somebody is really heartbroken, I can't say. Like, for example, just like you said, they might have really taken it hard. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're heartbroken. I've taken some things hard, but I wasn't heartbroken. Like,
don't get caught up on my verbiage. I'm only, when I say taking it hard, I'm referring to the subject.
No. What I'm saying is, even just even speaking on your verbiage and your examples, to me, heartbreak is such a personal thing that I think only the person who is heartbroken can relate that they are, or verify that they are heartbroken. Sometimes as outsiders, we look at people and say that they're heartbroken because we feel like we can understand, we're taking cues from how they're acting and what they're doing. But only the person who is experiencing can verify whether it's a heartbreak or a disappointment, or a very bad disappointment, let me say. All right, like Evelyn Royston in the comments, she said, and I thought this comment was particularly interesting. She said, if I had strong feelings for someone and he made me feel some type of way and want to let me go for someone else, that's not heartbreak to me. It was my gain and his loss. Lessons learned. Be more careful. See, in a situation like that, maybe she wasn't really heartbroken. She might have been disappointed. She might have felt some kind of way. But reading that comment, it almost sounds more like, just like lamenting over picking the wrong one, or not crying over spilled milk. That's a lot different than, until you have felt that situation where you knew you needed to break up with somebody, but you really didn't want to do it. And so you might have held on until they broke up with you. And even though you were angry and felt cheated, slighted, disrespected, you still were really heartbroken because you put your pride to the side. You humbled yourself. You did whatever was necessary in order to keep this situation, and you got shitted on. Now, even though other people might tell you you should be more angry or whatever, and maybe there is some anger, but the anger is wrapped up in is wrapped up in the heartbreak. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a personal thing.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, son. By the way, what's going on, everybody?
Who that?
Troy.
Oh, shit, Troy. Yes, Troy. Hey, Troy.
Hey. Hi.
How's it going?
I was heartbroken that you didn't so extremely heartbroken.
You don't never get over this.
Well, I mean, I'm very extremely heartbroken. But both of y'all give good views of heartbreak. But in order, I can't even sit up here and beat around the bush, man. I'm fucked up from heartbreak. I'm extremely fucked up by it. And when you sit back and you think about heartbreak, you think about the vulnerability of heartbreak.
And you think about how you let your guard down continuously and how you gave and gave and gave, not just to the person that you felt as though you loved, but to her family, and went above and beyond just to be unappreciated. You know, I don't look, when it goes to heartbreak, it goes to love. And I don't look for conditional love, I look for unconditional love. Two different types. But when you talk about heartbreak, you talk about, if you ever experience heartbreak, is death. It's like a morning. It's like when you wake up, you feel like a part of your mind feels dead.
Mm-hmm.
And when you wake up in the morning, you can't wake. It's like you're not even awoke. It's like you're not here. You're just existing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that amount of pain, and it does enrage you. It does put you in a point. You know, I've seen. I look at, you look on YouTube and shit pop up on YouTube, and you look at episodes of certain things of how men snapped and they did things to women, or women did things to men. And I show sympathy and empathy to that, because I can understand why. I could never do that, but I could understand why. Because parts of you inside, you so damn hurt, you don't know how to release it. You don't know what to do. You don't know whether to hurt you or hurt somebody. And I'm gonna be in my vulnerability, and I can be open with people like y'all, or be open with the chat, because if I don't be open and I don't release it, I hurt more. And when I hurt more, you know what I hurt? Me.
Okay.
I don't hurt other people. I can't hurt a female. And the scary part about when you're going through heartbreak, son, is that you have to understand that you can't allow yourself to be so overwhelmed that you give somebody the energy that person don't deserve. That somebody say something out their mouth that's going to trigger you to put their hands on you. I mean, for you to put your hands on somebody, and they're going to get more than, you can damn near kill a person from that energy. And that's the scariest part of what I'm going through.
See,
the humbleness, I'm still Troy. I'm still who I am as an individual. You know.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this. What makes something a heartbreak for you, as instead of something being a big disappointment or a letdown? What stamps it? What solidifies it? What certifies it as a heartbreak?
What certifies it as a heartbreak? What certifies it as a heartbreak is when the other individual is not willing to accept accountability and keep holding your feet to the fire, but can't accept accountability for the shit that they created. And no matter what you say out your mouth, that person has created an insecurity within themselves to make you feel like shit.
Okay.
So when a person creates an insecurity with themselves, and no matter what you do to fix it, or try to fix it, or try to wiggle your way into it, it is nothing that you can fix, because you didn't do nothing wrong.
All right. All right,
You know.
Troy, I don't know how long you was listening.
I was listening to a lot of, but when y'all was just talking, I was listening to that.
Okay. Let me just bring you up to speed and make sure that everything is good. So the title of the show is The Effects of Being Heartbroken Several Times. So one thing I've been saying consistently throughout the show is that no one heartbreak is the same as another heartbreak. It's like each one has a different copyright on it. Each heartbreak has its own imprint. You understand what I mean? So when I ask you what certifies something as a heartbreak, you may have been describing one particular heartbreak. But if you've been heartbroken several times, then you probably see the differences in one from the other. Because, you know, you may have experienced heartbreak when you were very young and, you know, didn't know a lot about life and love and relationships and expectations and all of that. And then you may have experienced one when you were like in your 20s. And then you know, as you get older, you start comparing notes from the way one thing played out versus another one. So you may have different opinions and different elements from different heartbreaks. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I asked you what certifies something as a heartbreak from a big disappointment, I'm asking you what is something that's consistent in a heartbreak. So even though your heartbreak personally is going to come from your personal situation dealing with the person that broke your heart. You understand what I mean? But if we're talking to the world, there should be some elements in a heartbreak that we can say to each other consistently. This is why this is a heartbreak instead of just a big disappointment.
Well,
vulnerability is a common denominator.
Vulnerability is a common denominator? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, because like my heartbreak my biggest heartbreak came from losing my dad.
Okay.
Losing my parents.
But was that a vulnerability?
The way that you feel from that loss. Absolutely.
Okay. See, now we're getting somewhere. You understand what I'm saying?
But that's what we were talking. You mentioned that earlier with the other sister that was on the phone. That heartbreak comes in different forms. It's not just a relationship, and that's why when I first got on the call, I mentioned that at first.
Okay.
You know, it's not that I've never been heartbroken romantically. I think I've been on the phone with Troy before, and the three of us talked about, you know, my ex-husband. I've experienced romantic heartbreak, but it was nothing that I thought I was heartbroken over that. No. I had not experienced heartbreak in my life until I lost my parents.
See, I'm learning something here because when it comes to the death of a loved one, I'm not associating vulnerability in that. Because
but remember you talked about control.
Okay, but no, I'm just saying for me, I'm not saying that it's invalid. I'm not saying that it's invalid. What I'm saying is, see, that wouldn't be a consistency for me in that situation. I wouldn't, the way you explained it, I get it. You know what I mean? But because I never looked at it that way, like for me, death doesn't involve, you know, being heartbroken over a death doesn't really involve vulnerability. But that's just from my standpoint because I don't feel any shame or any need to act tough when somebody passes.
And that's fine, but we were talking about the world.
Exactly. And that's why I'm saying I'm learning. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? See, I'm with you.
I'm not going again. We're not butting heads.
No, because you always be arguing with me. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? See, but when I cut you off, you know, don't say nothing. And don't be heartbroken either. Don't get your heart broke. Cause you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
No, but the thing about but I can relate to that. But when it comes to heartbreak, let me give you a rundown of how I feel about heartbreak. when you just associated heartbreak with like the death of your loved ones, like your mother and your father, you know, that heartbreak, both of them heartbreak are consistent with one another. But the heartbreak of a relationship, especially when it's been maybe 30 years, you know, that heartbreak, it pushes your mind around because you're trying to find every instinct of what you could have done better and what could have been done to keep it consistently right. You know, and you keep trying not to blame yourself because you know who you are as an individual. But the heartbreak is so intense, it could take you to a suicide, some suicidal thoughts. It could take you to that point.
Well, let me ask you this. Do y'all think that you can be heartbroken and still be with a person?
Well, yeah, I have to say yes because I've done it,
Okay.
and I've done it, and I did it while having, if I'm allowed to, I'm taking into account something that Troy said as far as you trying to figure out what you could have done to fix it. So yes, I was heartbroken while still in a relationship with my ex husband because we were married, and I hold marriage in high regard.
Right.
My parents were married until they died. So my whole life, I had that example right there, right there in front of me.
Yeah.
And that's something I wanted to attain myself. And so even though I was heartbroken in this relationship and my trust had been broken several times, I kept trying to figure out how to fix it. You have to grow up and realize sometimes, unfortunately, you can't be the only one trying to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. But until I accepted that, I was in that relationship heartbroken. And it was right there in front of me. I'm like, I want to fix this. This person knows I want to fix this. They are saying they are not going to fix it. They are showing that they're not going to fix it. So I was in a constant state of being heartbroken until such time I said, fuck this. Sorry for my, but that's what I said to myself. So what the hell? What are you doing?
Let me ask you this. Had that person been willing to fix it, would that have eliminated or relieved the heartbreak?
Yes.
Why?
Hope.
Mm.
There you go.
That's interesting. That's interesting because
honest, the reason why it went so long is because they would throw me a little bit,
throw you a bone.
Yeah. And make it seem like they wanted to fix it.
Okay.
And it didn't help that sex was great. So I'm just being real.
No, that is real.
I'm being, but they would say or do something to make me believe that they wanted to fix it, but it was only enough to draw me back in, and then the behavior would repeat, and so I had to make a decision of what I wanted for myself and what I wanted to show my children, and I had to say to myself, "This is the example that you were given. Excuse me. What example are you giving to your children?"
Mm.
And so, understanding that, I had a conversation with my children, and I said, you deserve better than the example that we're giving you. But, still, I want you to learn from what you have been given and take that into your adult lives and decide what it is that you do and don't want for yourselves, hoping that would lessen their chances of being put into positions to be heartbroken to that degree. Because there are degrees of heartbreak as well.
For sure.
And one thing about it is that when you think about heartache, right? Like I said, it's damn near like you walking around thinking about death all day, and you're thinking about the pain. Like you just said up there and said, hope is the most important part of fixing it. And when you know that, and every time that hope kick in, and you always get that, you think that things is going to work out, but yet you're still on A shelf because that individual, they showing you, but then you still see aspects of who the person is, you know. And it's fucked up because your alter ego and your thoughts is like, I should shoot this bitch.
I'm not sure you're talking about Heartbreak now.
No,
yeah,
sir. Listen,
I'm at the off this train.
Heartbreak will get you to the point. That's why I said that heartbreak, when a person hurts you to a level of where a person can hurt you at, because there's different forms of heartbreak. Like y'all said, the form of heartbreak can lead you to a rage inside yourself and hurt you.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just teasing.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You know, and the thing about it is that
mentioned this like the fourth time. You know.
Yeah,
but
mentally,
I know what you're talking about. I ain't gonna front.
It fucks with your mental so fucking much. You know, I can go out, son. I can be around you. We can laugh, giggle, have the best time of the day. But 95% of my thoughts is not even there. Majority of the time of my day, I'm fake living. 95% of my life is fake living. Between that and every other aspect of what I'm going through my fucking life, and I talk to you a lot. There's times you call my phone, and I told you this, and I tell you this too. This time, son called my phone at the right time. And God knows I need him to call my phone. You don't know. And I told you that. I said, man, you call me at the right time. God must really know I need you. Just for air. Because at the end of the day, it's what's going on within that heartbreak. The heartbreak, I'm going to bring you down the heartbreak. The heartbreak of not working because of my situation with messing my knee up. The heartbreak of my kids not being there for me. The heartbreak of the separation between me and my wife. The heartbreak of my mom being gone. None of that is disappointment. All that is heartbreak. Because when you know you gave the situation with my mom, I can't control that. That's God's will. I can't control that. Mm-hmm. But I can control. I had every right to try to control situation. And I blame it. You know what I blame it on, son?
What's that?
Not having a dominant male or a father in my life. Because everybody that was supposed to be a dominant male in my life died before I could learn more. Like you had your father, you know, and that's why I always got so much respect for your love for you, because you had something that I didn't have. So when you had that, like I said, every time you bring up your father, I get happy for you. And I glow about the conversations that y'all had, because I never had that. I had my grandfather, but he passed away at 14. So I didn't have my grandparents wasn't like teaching me, well, Troy, sit down and talk when he talked to you. Mm-hmm. And I never developed. The most thing I wish I had in me, that I've seen some of my people, my boys have, and my brothers have, not brothers as in blood, but brothers have, is I don't give a fuck attitude. Sometimes you gotta have that. I don't give a fuck, man. I can't deal with this shit. But the fucking thing, I'm gonna just say this and I'm gonna shut up. The thing that the person that I learned from the most is a gift and a curse, and that's my mom. Because the forgiving heart that she gave me is what intensified my heartbreak. Because just like you just said up here and said to the caller, I should have been walked away and said fuck it. But I allowed myself to keep forgiving and forgiving and forgiving. And I allowed that person to maneuver that walk, stomping on my fucking heart and my thoughts and my mind.
But see,
can I leave you with something?
Hurry up, because I'm not going over 2 hours. I got to do these birthday shout outs. We're going to get the fuck out of here.
This is for him. This is for Troy. I'm sorry that you have been feeling how you're feeling, and for as long as you've been feeling it, because this is not the first time the three of us talked about this. I know the feeling, that rage that you're talking about, and what I will say to you as somebody who has felt that rage, and that is not in my personality to feel that rage. If you want something different, you need to do something different. I have been on this line before, and I have said that the man sets the tone in a relationship. The man sets the temperature in a relationship. If that temperature is not to your liking, remove yourself. As long as you stay in that relationship, anything that happens, because at this point, it's been going on long enough. You know what's what. If you stay, what's happening is literally your choice. The man sets the temperature of the relationship. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. If you want something different, you need to release the things and the people that are not serving you, so that you can leave your life and your heart open for what God knows that you deserve. Remove yourself from it. You are a sweet person, and it seems like you have a lot of love to give. Go give that shit to somebody who will accept it with open arms. Go give that shit to somebody who will appreciate it, not step on it. There are people out in this world looking for the type of love, the kind of love that you would give. Now, I don't know you personally, but just from listening to you, I know that there are people who are looking for you. And it ain't from everything that you shared, it's not this person.
Well,
so,
Troy, my man,
yourself that heartbreak, from continuing that heartbreak. Don't stop prolonging that heartbreak. At this point, it's no longer them, it's you. Because you know what's what.
And if that don't work,
do that to ourselves. I'm sorry?
No, if that don't work, my man Belvin practices hypnotherapy. He can literally show you how to make her act the way you want to. Real shit. Real shit. You know what I mean? If all else fails, you know what I mean? Fuck people making their own decisions. You make them. I'll give you his number later. I'm not playing. Fuck all this. You know what I mean? Some shit ain't gonna work. You gotta make it work. You know what I mean? Puppet strings, batteries, whatever the fuck I'm telling you. You know what I mean? My dad used to practice hypnotherapy. They knew each other. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest compliment, I know we gotta go, son, but the biggest compliment I ever got from son is when we used to do comedy. And every time we done comedy, we used to get a lot of females around us, and some would be like, Troy, I got so much respect for you because you married, and at any given time, you could have been doing whatever you want to do right now, bro. And I always took that as a compliment because I know that's not who the person that I am. But when the other person don't even know how much you restraining yourself, you know,
Yeah.
it's just the restraints, you know, is and you've seen it, son, you know, but it is what it is. But the advice that you just gave me, and a lot of advice that son giving me, is damn well like therapeutic, you know. And I really appreciate and love y'all for that. So,
I mean, with all due respect, fuck that advice. My man Belvin gonna show you how to do this shit.
Oh wow, that's what we doing.
Listen. Sometimes you gotta do a hard reset. Fuck that.
Give me services for the next one.
I'm gonna give. Listen, it's unethical. It's unethical for Belvin to do it, but he'll do it.
Man, the damage has been done. The damage has been done.
Look. I'm gonna show you how to repair. I'm gonna show you how to repair can be done. I'm mad that I'm just thinking of this shit. I got you, Troy. Don't worry. Your life is about. You might not even be ready for this improvement. Like, what the fuck? What I'm gonna do now?
Use the
coyote is finally gonna catch the road runner the right way.
Oh my God!
In front of everybody. The coyote is gonna catch that motherfucking bird. You know what I mean? Now, what you do with it after you catch it, that's on you.
Use the services for the next chick so you can guarantee happiness. Not for the damaged goods.
This ain't about me. Nah. Don't listen to that shit, Troy. Don't listen to that shit, Troy. Belvin Jessup. I got you.
Oh my God.
Belvin. His birthday was just yesterday. His birthday was just the other day. You know, so he a Sagittarius. You know he don't give a fuck.
Oh no. Don't let Sag do it.
You know he don't give a fuck. You know. You know what I mean? All right. Listen, birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. December 4th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Sherry Adams Fletcher. Happy birthday, and also Meek Cheeks and Zakia Page, Jesus Mexico, or should I say Jesus Mexico, Dion Renee Lewis, go getter Dion Renee Lewis, and also Dinetta Sunshine coming out of Chester, and Noreen Joseph Edien. Happy birthday. And last but not least, Lady G. She's an old recording artist. Good one, too. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious December 4th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, you know, every heartbreak is something. Well, let me just say this: heartbreak is something that we probably will not make it from the cradle to the grave without experiencing. But in that experience, each experience will be different from the last experience. You know, there are levels and degrees to this whole thing. There are layers to this whole thing. And this is a very personal thing. You can't tell a person how to feel. You can't direct a person on how to mourn or grieve. And when you're dealing with a heartbreak, it's like you're dealing with a death. It's like you're dealing with a loss. It's like you're dealing with the loss of a person, even though they may be still here. Of course, you can be heartbroken over the loss of life as well. But there are few things in this world that are as devastating as losing someone who has not passed from this world. It's just like something that you really want or something that you really wanted and you had it, but you can't have it the way that you need it. And the way that you had it is not acceptable. And, you know, the frustration, it's like really wanting to run miles, but you're on a treadmill. So no matter how much energy you expel, you realize that you're not going anywhere except for right where you are. So you're getting stronger and you're gaining maybe a lot more stamina and endurance, but you have not moved a muscle. Well, sometimes we have to move the muscles in our mind and they will astral plane us to wherever we need to go. But, you know, that comes with mentoring, tutoring, age, experience. And speaking of age and experience, you know, you can be heartbroken at any age, but you will definitely not be affected the same way at every age. So, you know, it would be nice if our outlook on heartbreak was sort of like the cycle of life. As you get older, you learn how to deal with it better. And sometimes you do, many times you do. That does not mean it will not affect you. Heartbreak, every new heartbreak is like a newborn baby. And anyone who has had multiple children knows that you have to deal with each child individually. You can't treat one child like the last child because they all have different needs. And that's what every heartbreak makes abundantly clear. When you try to use the same techniques to combat this unique heartbreak, you'll see that they have a lot of the same elements, but they are not the same person. You got to relearn them. And as you relearn that heartbreak, you also relearn yourself. And hopefully you give yourself time, space, and the ability to do so. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. in the morning for the music show, the Daily Go Getimism show. Y'all know how we do on a Friday night. We have fun. We have fun talking about a music topic, and tomorrow night will be no different. But we start at 1 a.m. tomorrow night instead of 2 a.m. So make sure y'all come on through. And we like to end off the week with a fun music show. So come on through for some fun, some debate, and learn a little something about music and the industry and our artists and all that kind of shit. Make sure y'all hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I want to thank all of y'all for coming through. I really appreciate y'all. The callers, Rita and Troy, thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all to the fullest. Make sure y'all get some rest tonight and everybody be safe. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. Love is love, baby. Peace.